This week, more than a dozen election experts sent a letter to the U.S. Department of Justice, basically begging them to launch an investigation into Sidney Powell, Lin Wood, and another Donald Trump lawyer named Jesse Banal. Because according to these election experts and these legal experts who also signed on to the letter, these three individuals engaged in a multi-state conspiracy to illegally access voting systems state by state. Now, here is where things get very interesting. First of all, I didn't realize that the DOJ wasn't looking at that. You know, I had thought with all of we're looking at the fake electors, we're looking at, the attempts to overturn the election. I would have thought that at least Sidney Powell would have been squarely in their crosshairs. Apparently not. So DOJ, you kind of dropped the ball on that one because Sidney Powell was a major player and she's open about it. Okay, it's not like she was doing all of this behind closed doors, this shadowy figure in the back, you don't know who it is. No, she was very open about it. And to find out this way that you're not looking into her, or at least not even looking into her for this part, you may be looking at her for other things, but you're not looking at this, that's kind of shocking. Because illegally accessing voting systems, which is also accessing voting systems, that's a serious crime. That is a federal crime. That is a state crime. Y'all could do so much with criminal charges there, and it didn't dawn on you to do that? Little weird. Seems like a misstep in my opinion. But here's what we do know. In Coffee County, Georgia, we have seen the video footage of the individuals going up to that Coffee County elections office. The nice lady there waiting for them outside, lets them in, stands there for over an hour as they access all these voting systems because there's surveillance video inside showing them doing that. They're putting in their flash drives. They're copying the data. They did not legally have access to any of this. The state did not approve it. And then, of course, we find out, according to the investigators, this was all paid for and put together by Sidney Powell. Like, she was the ringleader of this little group. She didn't physically go there. She's not on video. But the investigators say that she's the one who orchestrated it and paid for it. So she is at the heart of that conspiracy, at least in the state of Georgia. We know there were attempts to access voting systems in Colorado. We know there were attempts in Arizona. We may not know every state where they attempted to do things like this. We know that there was lobbying from other members of the Trump administration to get access to the voting systems. So maybe that's something DOJ you ought to look at. I would take this letter from these experts very seriously because they make a very strong case. And I get it, DOJ. You got a lot on your plate. You also have a lot of lawyers. You have a lot of investigators. You can do this. If anybody on this planet has the resources to look into it, that's you. You do. So why the hell is this not already a thing that's happening? And why do these groups have to get together and beg you to do it? There's literally video evidence that the Georgia special grand jury, of course, has. I'm sure they'd be more than willing to send it to you. If you don't feel like Googling it and just watching it online, you could get the raw footage, I'm sure. Just one well-placed phone call and they'll Dropbox it to you. But either way, Sidney Powell, Lin Wood, Jesse Banal, all of these Trump lawyers, or former Trump lawyers, I guess, y'all need to possibly lawyer up at this point. At the very least, Sidney Powell should. Because even if the DOJ doesn't go after you, that special grand jury in Georgia is. So you got legal problems one way or another. We just don't know how bad they're going to be yet. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel, We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.